train of poverty is not waiting for us to continue evaluating, deciding, and workshopping. Poverty train is moving faster.
I believe that infrastructure is key.
Infrastructure is what unlocks the economic space.
It's all about economic development. Trade is the best way to improve the quality of life of people living in the southern region.
The potential of Africa is huge.
Every country within this region is trying to think of ways of development.
We are really deficient in energy. Our road infrastructure is very, very much dilapidated. Our railway system also in a very, very poor shape. So it is important that we work together, mobilize resources collectively in order to address these infrastructural deficiencies, because it really matters for us if we are really going to have a competitive economic region.
This is a region of hope. The potential is there.
We need to get it together and we need to make it work.
This is what makes some of us passionate, to say this is a world of unlimited opportunities, both politically, economically, and socially. When you look at the condition of the road, you will find that they are breaking up very fast.
Things are expensive because of roads.
We have a section of road where today it's taking 6 hours to do 50 kilometers, which used to take 45 minutes.
The roads, yes, some of the roads are bad, like Zambezi Road.
If we have good roads, things they can be coming well and they can become cheaper.
Because they are transport from many countries, countries to this country, to Tanzania. Yeah.
We are at the Kafue Bridge, which links the northern part of Zambia and the southern part. This is the only bridge, and if it goes, then the entire trading system between Zambia and its trading partners would just disappear.
Weighbridge equipment is archaic. Some of the equipment is 40 years old. It should be in a museum somewhere.
We want to integrate the weighbridges so that we can avoid harming the infrastructure that we have so painfully created and are going to create. And we believe this is critically important.
The railways because they've been fabricated long time ago. The construction of the railways in this zone was taken long time, so the railway is broken and no maintenance regularly, etc., etc. This is the biggest problem.
Unless we can lift as much cargo from the roads onto the rail, whatever we repair is going to be damaged. So we need to shift back the cargo onto the rails.
The rail lines are easier to manage. They last longer before you start working on them again.
And in terms of rates, it's going to come down if somebody knows that there's an option. So rail becomes absolutely critical.
We have two fundamental challenges when it comes to energy. One is that because we have not invested over the years, we have a huge energy deficit. The second aspect is one of transmission losses. Energy losses are very high in this region.
We have power cuts, power shortage, we say power shortage.
When you're having power cuts like in the house, the fridge, things go bad, It's hot in Tanzania, so when there's in the offices, it affects us. There's no production in the factories. You can't work on your computer. It's really difficult without power.
There is electricity failures and we have to switch it on to generators. That causes a backlog. Of course, that's going to affect the time it's going to take for trucks to move through the borders.
Within the region, we had identified the priority developments, both in terms of hydro development and transmission development.
If the power is improved, the investor will come and invest in Africa so that we can move to the good position financially and economically.
Let's facilitate, let's make much easier. Let's avoid to spend time at the borders.
frustrations are vast. When you have to deal with system failures every day, and when you have to deal with importers screaming because of non-delivery of goods on the time that they need it delivered, then it is very, very frustrating.
Someone has to go to South Africa twice in a month, then he might as well park the truck because it's not going to make any profit.
The things that we have problems with, sometimes transporters or trucks can stay for 5 or 6 days, sometimes more, sometimes a week at the border. And if it's cut down to a one stop, maybe if it cuts down to half of that time.
If you take 3 days to cross the border, you are creating the conducive environment for the spreading of HIV and AIDS.
Most of these women, they follow truck drivers. They do follow truck drivers, and they are actually commercial sex workers.
You know, those sexual workers, they do it, but it's risky. It's risky, but no way to find money. They need to survive. Some of them, they are orphans.
HIV and AIDS is going to be a very critical factor for development. And unless we are able to attack it, okay, it may actually lead on to another deficiency, the softer infrastructure.
If you can have quicker clearance of trucks, of people, then there is a benefit.
The concept of one-stop border post is one that we have gone full-fledged for, and we are hoping that all the legal provisions, the procedures will support us.
It will certainly facilitate trade, it will certainly improve the flow of goods and services.
We can still sell our copper at a profit. We can still develop those mines, and we need to be able to get all of the other industry moving so that we can realise our potential here in Southern Africa.
When it comes to economic activities, like imports, exports, they take place through an economic space. And if you can create a single economic space, at least for those transactions, eliminate the regulatory and administrative and physical barriers, then we are in a win-win situation.
The systems are put in place, and it should make a change. It should change the whole of how the region actually works.
It is time now to team up to help us to improve the infrastructure, because it's the only strategic intervention that we need in opening up our economic resources.
The corridor is absolutely important to everybody in this whole region, and if anybody is prepared to get up and help us to make it work, let them come.
The dream of having north-south, south-north corridor, that would help movement of goods and investment from one end of Africa to the other, is just what will make Africa become a united Africa.
Time has come to rise up to this challenge.
We remain very excited and very passionate about this particular process. We want to make it happen.
We must create the greener pastures here. The resources are here, the potential is unlimited.